So, last time you fought a giant mechanized doll thing, dancer, and you survived without any casualties, which is upsetting. But you made it back home. You got paid. Um, you're at home relaxing, and Feather asks you all to get together. And she goes, "Well, I have to go for a bit. I'll try to come back soon, but I don't know exactly when that'll be. So, all right, bye." And she just whizzes out a window. She's gone.
Welp.
Yep. You're down one ranger. Now, a few minutes later, banging, very loud banging, is at the front door.
I'm gonna go open it.
All right. So you open it, and there's this giant of a man who is has a black beard, black hair, dark skin, somewhat ragged clothing. Looks at you and just kind of pushes his way in, and he goes, "Where can we all talk?"
Right this way. And I lead him to the meeting room. And I'm assuming we're all still there.
Yeah, yeah. You. So this bear of a man walks into the meeting room, and he places on the table a sword with a black scabbard. "I need you to deliver this to someone. I cannot tell you whom. They'll know when they see the sword. Also, there's a couple rules for this. Do not draw the sword, or you will die. Actually, there's just one rule. Do not draw the sword, or you will die. That is not a threat. It is a fact."
I want to investigate this sword, what's on the table.
Sure. How are you going to do that?
Look it up and down.
It's a pretty...
I draw the sword.
It's a sword.
Are you actually going to?
No.
Okay.
How would you like to do it? I like to draw the sword. Of course. I would like to look at it. By drawing it. One.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is that someone did that.
Oh.
I also want to mention, if you didn't see it, Fox wants to roll investigation 2 for it.
Yep. All right. Give me a minute. I will get her sheet up. That's investigation. All right. So that's much better than yours.
Much
so
better.
This let me get the description. This sword is completely black, just the hilt and scabbard, long, straight. There's a cross guard, is hooked at the ends. The hilt has a pommel. It's pretty large. It's basically not exactly a great sword, between a great sword and a one-handed sword, a long sword. Not as wide as a great sword.
A somewhat good sword.
It looks. I mean, you can't see the blade, but it looks fancy. I will pay you, and the man pulls out a large bag of gold, or large bag, drops it on the table. Let's say 8,000 gold for you to do this. Do you accept?
What are the risks of delivering this sword to the location you wish.
I did
It's-
not say a location. I'd say that the person who you are going to deliver it to will know when he sees it.
Alright, so we're just holding it on our person until this person finds us, then.
Yes. And no matter what happens, do not draw the sword. And he looks at all of you one at a time.
I'm gonna roll insight on him.
Alright, sure. Uh, he seems honest about this. You can't read any deception. It seems like it's what he's saying is true. Probably a bad idea to draw the sword.
Alright.
Alright. Strange person. I don't know who you are. You clearly just showed up at our place. So I would like to know, who the fuck are you?
Who I am is unimportant. Will you do the work or will you not? I can take the
No.
money or leave it.
I believe I was told by my master to stay here until I was called, so I will remain here unless you have anything to do with him. I have no business with you.
Side note, you run an adventuring business.
Right. But they don't really care.
You don't say you... Wait, that's a lie. I'm pretty sure, right?
What?
Your master didn't say to wait here.
He said
Okay.
not to leave the city until we heard from him, I believe.
Did
I
not.
didn't. I don't remember that.
Because I'm pretty sure he said to, like, wait for him, or like wait for him to, because he was going to a place and he was going to get us.
No, you met him already.
Right.
And he
And
left.
Oh.
didn't
yeah,
he
it
have
was-
didn't have like other jobs for us?
He said he might have other jobs for you, but he has ways of contacting you. It's not. You're not locked to the city. You can go wherever. And he's not telling you that you have to leave the city to deliver this. By the way,
just to hold it on our person.
yeah, the person who's having it delivered to will know when they see the sword. To clarify.
How will we know who this person is? Is there some sort of phrase that they will say to us? Or will they just ask for the sword like any person who may want a nice sword would ask?
You will know. My friend is unmistakable.
Hmm. I'll look to
Well,
the
that's
rest of
just
the party.
ambiguous enough to be interesting.
He's not asking us to leave, he's just asking us to hold it. I don't see any harm in holding it as long as we heed
thing
his
I don't-
warning about not unsheathing it.
The thing I don't understand is why he cannot do it himself. He looks pretty strong.
I am busy.
I'm gonna roll insight check on that.
Yeah, sure.
I will assist.
I roll advantage. He is busy, or at least it seems honest.
So you ask us to just deliver this strange artifact, and
Yes.
you will pay us a lot of money for it.
Yes.
I feel like you can save yourself lots of money if you just do it yourself. But
Money is no issue for me.
Well, now hold on. Let's not be stingy here. This man is clearly interested in paying a very high price for just to hold on to a sword. For all I know.
I think he's quite stupid. Either stupid or taking us.
Will you do the work or will you not? I will find someone else if you refuse.
I believe we are a party now. We are supposed to work together, as I was told. So
Mhm.
I defer to the group what they wish to do.
I see no harm in holding this object while we wait for whoever this man is looking at or is waiting for. Again, as long as we don't pull it from the scabbard.
Right? At that, he stands up and he just leaves. A couple moments later, you hear the door slam. A contract has been sealed, encased in the mind of this person.
Now I would need to see somebody draw this sword.
What a strange fellow. This is the snake on Heskin's head.
I don't like this.
So, who's picking up the sword?
I was going to until you said that.
Sui has no interest in the sword.
I guess Heskin is.
They are
Yes.
they are along with it because people said to take the sword.
As you reach and touch the sword, Heskin, immediately you hear a voice in your head.
Oh, god damn it.
And he goes, "Hello. Would you like to kill some evil today?"
Oh no.
We have a sentient sword now.
I love this.
Oh, I've been excited to introduce this character for a while. You let go of the sword and there's no more talking.
That seems like a strange face for just touching a sword.
What happened?
This sword talks.
What?
I will touch the scabbard of the sword.
Why did that person refuse to talk to me? That's quite rude.
Well, not everyone. Well, it's not every day that you run into a talking sword. And I'll look up to the rest of the party
Wait,
as
what?
I say
It
this.
talks?
And I nod my head.
To kill some evil today.
Who,
Well, yes, killing evil is splendid.
who
What do you do? Do
are
you want to kill
you?
evil today?
No. Who are you?
You don't. Are you evil?
I'm not.
I'm Nightblood.
Night Glove.
Can
And I say that
Nightblood.
Nightblood. I
assuming
say that
only
out
the
loud.
person- only the person that's touching the sword can hear it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to roll something to know if I know anything about this.
Make an Arcana check and a History check.
Where's my history? Nope.
Um,
No nothing.
To the best of your knowledge, you've never heard of anything of the sort. Um, this is beyond your understanding.
Wait, you said Nightblood?
Nightblood, yeah.
Yeah.
Does not sound like a pleasant sword.
Well, I didn't choose my name. I know you can't hear it, but
I can't hear it.
The sword can hear. Specific.
So you can hear the conversations of those around you, even not the ones touching you.
Well, yes, I'm not deaf.
Interesting. So you heard that conversation the fellow who left you here said about not
No.
pulling you from the scabbard. Why would that be?
Vasher. Well, I don't know. Vasher can be real boring. He hasn't drawn me in ages.
So his name was Vasher. And I say that out loud specifically so everyone knows.
Mm-hmm. Yes. His name is Vasher, and he's boring. He hardly ever lets me kill evil.
I pull my hand away.
And the voice stops.
It can hear what we say, even without us touching it.
I would like to hear this talking sword.
Do you want to? Do you want to carry you? And okay. As you touch. Oh, you're fascinating. What are you? Are you evil?
Yes, I'm evil.
Chaotic evil.
Gets impaled by the sword. Well.
What? Well, if you're evil, then I have to destroy you.
I'm
It
gonna
was a
pout.
small joke. A bad one, I guess.
I'm gonna pout and say I don't like hearing only one half of a conversation. Would you guys mind if I had a turn with the magic talking sword?
Heskin picks the sword up as you say that.
Okay, that's rude.
Specifically away from you.
I'm going to
I do not trust you.
I'm going to touch the sword in Heskin's hands.
What is happening? Why are people fighting? Is it time to kill evil now?
Do I hear this as well?
If you're touching it, yes.
Okay. It seems that more than one person can hear him at a time. If we want to have a proper conversation, we could put him on the table and all hold our hands on him. Figure out exactly what is going on. And that way, if all of us are holding onto this sword at once, no one person can take it.
Alright. Heskin puts the sword back and is holding the handle.
I'm wrapping my hand between the pommel, or not the pommel, the guard and the scabbard.
Alright.
Basically holding it shut.
You do notice that there is a clasp in that spark that is closed.
Okay, I still want to hold it there, holding it shut.
Yeah, I'm just...
I'm gonna lay my hand on whatever part's closest to me.
All right. Is Suyi gonna touch the sword?
They're going to touch the sword, just the very tip with one finger.
All right. Well, I don't think I've ever been touched by so many people at once before.
We have a lot of questions, and this would save time.
So it does talk, huh? I thought you a lot about just messing with me.
What a wonderful voice.
Why, thank you. So, are we killing evil now?
Why are
I'm
you?
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the black one is evil. The one with the horns and the snake.
Oh yes, she is very, very evil.
She is not.
You also
from what
look
we can
very
tell.
evil. And the sword is referring to Mendaciousness.
I'm gonna laugh, and then just not say anything after that.
All right.
Thaumaturgy sparks everywhere.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to make my eyes flash.
It doesn't seem to register the fact that you used magic,
Interesting.
or the fact that you made your eyes change.
Well, that makes sense. I don't see any eyes on this thing.
There are no eyes on the sword. That would be funny though.
So, where exactly did you come from? Where did that man find you?
I don't. Well, if Vasha didn't find me, he was given to me. I was given to him.
Interesting. Do you have any idea who the man that he, or the person that he wants us to basically deliver you to would be?
I don't know.
Were you a gift? You were given to him, and why would he want to give you away?
I don't know. All I know is that I want to destroy evil.
Your name was Nightblood. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Do I know anything about Nightblood?
Make
Have I heard?
make a history check.
Okay.
We was told not to use you.
Oops.
Well, that's just wrong. You could you
Well, 20.
you would have to use me to destroy evil, and you have never heard of Nightblood. This is something that is completely foreign to you. No hint, no nothing, no bell ringing, none, literally nothing.
Okay.
I have a question for you. How exactly do you destroy evil?
Well, you stick. Do you know how a sword works?
I am well aware how a bladed weapon works, but
Well,
there
you
must
stick
be
me-
something particular about you for you to be
Oh,
so fancy.
I guess you'd have to draw me and find out. And then we can destroy some evil.
My next question was, have I ever heard of sentient weapons before?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Mhm. No.
Okay.
We were told not to draw you from your scab.
Well, if you don't draw me, then I can't destroy evil, and then what's the point?
Perhaps saving us from a curse that even you aren't aware of.
This conversation has been going on for so long. At least 1 or 2 or 10,000 hours. Can we just destroy evil now?
I'm gonna let go of him finally.
I like this guy. I like this guy a lot.
I'm going to say to it. So, what would you do if I said I was evil?
Well, I guess I'd ask one of those people to destroy you with me.
So, alone, you cannot do anything.
Well, no, I'm a sword.
Then I suggest you mind your tongue and and await your turn.
Wow, you can be a little bitch, can't you?
I have been told that before.
Well, that's not surprising.
Perhaps we should take him to Charles, see what Charles has to say about this.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Don't think we should. He's the one who...
I don't think we should.
I trust him the most with magical knowledge and weapons, as he's the one who's done the work for us. And he seems trustworthy enough.
I know not of anything to do with this magic sword. So perhaps it would be a wise idea. By the way,
Yep.
DM, could I use my sage thing to, because I don't know of a specific lore, I know where to find it. Could I use that to try and find more information about it?
Normally, yes. But in this case, you actually don't know where to start.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like we need to keep it with us and see who its master is. Then decide if we should give it back or not.
We can keep it with us, we just need someone to help us identify more about it.
Technically, Mendacious can do that.
I can do that.
Yes.
Does he want to, though? Is he in the right mood to
That is
cast
true.
Identify?
Yeah, but
I will
I
say-
don't know if he can.
I find this sword fascinating, and I am going to ritual cast Identify on it.
Alright, so you take 10 minutes to prepare casting the Identify spell, and as you touch it, a bunch of gibberish words and sounds just hit you all at once, and you just cannot figure out what the hell this is. It is almost as though you do get one sense. It's alive.
That was illuminating.
Yes.
Well, this is quite a sword.
And this is why I want to take to someone who would be a bit more direct with their answers.
Not sure what you mean by that, but I feel insulted. Clearly.
My problem is I do not trust others.
I am with Heskan on this one. I don't trust strange swords given to us by a stranger.
Did that person call me strange? Well,
I mean, I'm no longer touching it because
I know, but whoever
was
touching it,
casting Identify, so I can't answer that.
Yes, they did call you strange.
well, I think they're the one that's strange.
You're probably right.
So, we have a predicament here. It's either we carry this on us at all times and perhaps run into this person sooner rather than later, or leave it here and perhaps miss this person a few times until we happen to have it with us one time.
I personally don't care about this sword a lot, but if we are going to find this person, perhaps one of you should keep it with them.
I will be carrying it.
Well, hold on. I don't know if that's a good idea. You don't seem to trust anybody. So, if we were to give it to you, who's to say that you wouldn't trust even the person who's looking for the sword? And, I don't know, maybe you'd keep it from them. You just said you don't trust others. That's not just me.
Eskin, how about this? It's obvious that Mendacious does not trust you as much as you trust him. But if you trust me, I will hold on to it and guarantee that it will not fall into hands other than the one that it needs to. I know Mendacious does not trust you as you do not trust him. But if you trust me, I can carry it for us and guarantee that it does not fall into the hands of anyone but the person that it needs to. I nod and take the sword.
Give it to you then. Alright, so now the monk.
And I'm going to put it into the haversack.
Okay. As you do, and it's gone. He goes, wait, what are you doing?
Night blood,
Mid-sentence.
correct?
Nightblood, yeah.
Great sword, short sword, long sword? I'll put large long sword.
Long sword, yeah, large long sword. It looks like it's a long sword that's made for someone that's big, like the man that you saw before.
Mm-hmm.
Was he human? Seemed
He
to
looked
me?
human.
Okay.
Yep. He definitely wasn't a non. At the very least, he didn't look non-human.
Okay.
I'm sorry if I ruined any of your banter, Ellie, by putting it in the haversack.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. You guys can do whatever you want with it.
Now then.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit sad that no one decided to draw the sword to see what would happen.
Now then. Do any of you have business around town? I have some of these shards that I've remembered when I put the sword away that I would like to try and see if I can find any buyers for.
I want to visit the Bone Lady.
And you two?
Does the Bone Lady ring any bells to see?
Yeah,
Is she the
it's the
same
crazy
person?
woman from that one shop that.
Okay, because we were not together at the time, so
Oh, then
I would
yeah.
not have
No.
known that this is the Bone Lady.
You would not know that is the Bone Lady. No.
Okay, but I did. But they didn't meet her at another point. So I was wondering if is it obvious that she has bones? Well, not in her body, but I mean, like
She's
laying around.
shown
There
up with
were
50 pounds of
bones laying
bones.
around a little bit. There was a bunch of clutter and
Okay.
garbage.
I'm gonna insight to see if I can figure out that that's the person she's talking about.
Yeah, sure. Roll for insight.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. You know who the Bone Lady is. No problem.
I will not accompany you, Heskin. I have other business.
And do you mind if I ask why?
I am just, busy with other things in the city.
Make a deception.
I'm very good at those, by the way.
Yeah.
I think you're just as good as I am.
No, I'm worse than you.
Yeah. So you're. Gonna
Yeah,
have
I'm
to-
lying. Yeah, I'm lying.
You seem tense about something, Suyi.
This is a thing that, let's just say, people are not what they seem. And I will walk out.
Right. What is wrong with the bone lady? That you hear as you're leaving. All right. Heskin also leaves.
As Heskin is leaving, if you want, I can accompany you. We would have to stop at the places I need to go as well, but perhaps, just in case, having another would be safe.
I will follow you as well.
I nod. And you, Mendacious?
Well, not much reason to stick around here if nobody's gonna be here. Guess I'll tag along.
Shopping.
All right. First stop, our next door neighbor Charles.
All right. Now I need to remember the voice for Charles. I don't.
Extravagant, I believe.
It was very
Very
extravagant
extravagant.
and like this, I think.
That sounds about right.
Yes. I've already changed the blacksmith's voice, by the way. 100%.
It's fine.
Yeah. So you walk into also change the name of the store. It's Fabulous Fabrials.
Fabulous Fabrials.
Yep.
Noted.
I like the alliteration. So that's why I changed it. Fabulous Fabrials. And Charles is behind the counters. Welcome to Fabulous Fabrials. How may I help you, my friends?
We recently came into a acquirance of some gem shards. I believe specifically they are ruby shards, if I remember. Out of character, is that correct?
Yes.
I have probably about a half a pound of them. Is there anything you could think of use for them that you have?
Well, let me examine them and see if the quality holds still. I cannot guarantee anything, but we'll see.
I take out the half pound of gem shards and put it on the counter.
All right, he examines them and he's like, these are a bit damaged, but they should still have some value to them. You probably couldn't get more than 300 gold out of this, sadly. But that is what I'm willing to offer you, if that is acceptable for you.
I look around the shop. Is there anything... How about possible trade? Depending on the value of the item of the trade, that is.
There is plenty of things here. Most are expensive, however, but look around, see if there's anything you're interested in, and we'll talk.
Okay, I'm gonna look around. Are there any sort of Is there any sort of bracers or anything?
Bracers?
Yes.
No, not that you can see.
Damn.
That ring you gave our floating friend Feather, I do not remember where you acquired it. And Charles turns to Heskin and goes, well, it was one of those weird discoveries that I made on an expedition. Could not, for the life of me, figure out what it did. I kept it on hand, but for some reason my magic was not able to penetrate it.
Need harder magic.
Hmm?
He needs harder magic.
Ah, that, or maybe it's from another world. No.
Which I'm not there, so.
Yeah, I know. I know. Ooh, it was from Feather's world, it turns out. Well, that is fascinating. Well, maybe if this Feather comes and visits, we could talk about it some more. Until then, however, I know not anything about this ring more than I believe any of you do. Well, apparently, you know more than I. In any case, make an investigation check. You see.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I'm okay at these. Nope. Never mind.
Whoa, wow, okay. So you're having a hard time finding specific things that you might be particularly interested in. Found a couple helmets,
Mm-hmm.
just a couple trinkets, but they don't catch your eye completely. There is a ring that looks interesting.
Interesting how?
It's very plain, and that is why it caught your eye. And Charles walks up to you. Ah, yes, this ring, and he picks it up. This ring is quite the fun little item. While wearing it, you can jump very well. Basically, it allows you to cast the spell Jump as a bonus action at will.
It's a ring of jumping.
It can only you can only target yourself.
Give this to the monk. Oh, that's gonna be good.
I would be willing to trade this for the shards if this ring catches your interest.
That's what you got for the 3, by the
Perhaps.
way. Imagine if you rolled higher.
Yeah. Perhaps. I'm a little curious. Do you have any sort of bracers or anything in another room? I don't see any out here. Anyone that would be enchanted.
Have any on hand? You could always purchase them and have them enchanted at a later time. But
perhaps.
All right, I'll roll an investigation check for you.
Well, for the shards, I think this trade will be good for now. I will agree with this trade.
That is very good. You, Heskin, also catch your eye on a ring. Let me just find the information for the ring.
Do I have to attune to this, do you know? Or will I figure
Yes,
that?
it is an attunement item.
Gotcha.
It is actually not a ring, it's a pearl. My bad. I'm just mixing things up. It's a ring with a pearl on it. There. And Charles comes up to you and he says, ah, yes, this little beauty. It is perfect for spellcasters. It allows you to cast into it an additional spell so that you don't run out as easily in the middle of an encounter. So basically, while this item is on your person, You can use an action to speak its command word and regain one expanded spell slot. It's not exactly the same thing.
That's still good.
This item would cost 850 gold.
Is there a limit to the spell slot?
Just one spell. It's
Yeah.
one per day.
But it could be
Yeah,
but
any level.
What level?
Any.
Think there's a limit to what level it could be.
Oh, so yeah, no. If the expanded slot was 4th level or higher, the new slot is 3rd level.
Yeah.
Currently you have a lot more than you used to, and you definitely have enough because you guys just got paid a ton of money. So I will mark down on your sheet minus 850, and you guys will have to split the money later. I need to do math because you don't have a good round number to do math on.
I believe we split the money that we got last time already. So
Yeah.
whatever is on her character sheet, be whatever.
Alright. Yeah, but you also just got 8,000 gold.
Did we? I thought we
Yeah,
got
we
paid
did.
afterwards.
No, he
you
left
got it up front.
Oh. Alright.
Yeah.
So 8,000 gold split for where we each got 2 grand.
Yeah.
So add
So
that
I'll
in.
add that. Yeah. So you have 2,623 gold currently. Heskin. That's counting the money you paid on the ring.
Also, I just want to mention, I did some calculating of some jumping. I can jump without a running
excited.
start,
I'm excited.
12 feet high.
Hell yeah.
And without a running start, I can jump 36 feet horizontally. This is where it gets funny. With 10 feet of movement, I can jump 78 feet horizontally.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
That's with Step of the Wind too, though.
You can fly.
I love
Oh,
D&D.
monks.
I love D&D so much.
And eventually I'll get a feat where I can just walk up walls too. This is gonna be fun.
Alright. Anything else you guys want in here?
Charles, you
Do
mentioned...
you want a magical item?
I would love a magical item.
Make an investigation check.
Charles, you mentioned
yeah.
that perhaps we could get some bracers enchanted. What would be the price range of that for perhaps helping me be able to defend myself a bit better from swords and such?
Well, that would not be too expensive, although it is specifically a request. I'd say probably take 3 weeks to enchant. Cost you 2,000 for just the R&D. Do you feel like that's a fair price?
I nod. And perhaps from Lorenzo I could find the bracers, a decent set of bracers to use for this enchantment?
Yes, my husband probably has what you need, indeed.
Very well, I will pay him a visit in just a bit.
So,
I will be right back.
yep. Hold on. Let me just double check if I don't have something else. I have something for you as well that I have prepared, but I just want to double check if I didn't miss something. Well, I don't have time to look up now. But you come across a strange-looking instrument that actually does catch your eye. Surprisingly, it looks very mechanical and has some bone parts attached to it. And Charles was like, "Ah, yes, this is the hurdy-gurdy of haunting."
Hurdy-gurdy of haunting.
Yes.
Do elaborate.
So you must be proficient with instruments, which you are as a bard. It has you can use an action to play, create an eerie spellbinding tune. Each creature within 30 feet of you that hears you play must succeed a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or become frightened of you for 1 minute. It has
Ooh.
a limit of 1 time per day.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, hold on. Nope, I misread. No, so it has 3 charges per day, and it can regain basically daily at
Back.
dawn. You roll a d3, and that's how many charges you get back.
Oh, okay.
What are you getting?
Got a spooky doot.
If you wish, all creatures in the area that aren't hostile towards you automatically succeed on the saving throw. A creature that fails the saving throw can repeat it at the end of each of its turns. It's basically spooky hurdy-gurdy.
Interesting.
Spooky
Yes.
doot.
What is your asking price for this?
This beauty is both a mechanical wonder and a magical wonder. It will cost you 1,000 gold.
I see. Does seem rather special. I suppose I can part with 1,000 gold for it.
Right? Sweet, I'm excited. Yeah,
I will take it.
sweet. You have now acquired a hurdy-gurdy that scares people, and I have
Oh,
appropriate
Lord.
music in case you decide to use it.
I cannot wait to see Mendacious use that in battle.
Excellent.
I'm gonna confess. I have an obsession with hurdy-gurdies.
Hurdy-gurdies are amazing.
They're the best instrument in the world. I want one desperately. Yeah. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
Not at current. I will be back with the bracers and the payment for the enchantment.
That is grand. I look forward to doing business with you.
I as well. And I bow as before I leave.
All right. So, where are you going next? Lorenzo?
Well, Lorenzo is right across from the Bone Lady, isn't he?
No, he's right across from the magical.
Oh, then we'll head there then.
All right. And so you open, and Lorenzo is on the anvil hitting it, and he goes, "Ah, lads and lasses, let's talk business. Welcome back to the shop." I wanted
So jealous.
I think that's voice number 3.
that is voice number 3, but this one is permanent.
Okay.
Good.
Well, how can I help you today?
Well, I am looking to purchase some bracers so that way your husband can enchant them to help my needs a bit.
Enchanted bracers. Yes, I can provide. I don't have any on hand, sadly. I can make them. They'll be done probably tomorrow at the latest. Yeah. If that
Perfect.
works for you,
That will work
I'll have
perfectly
everything
fine.
ready. It'll cost, what? This is a rush job. Probably best you have it as soon as possible, eh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's call it 100 gold, and we're all good.
I will hand him the 100 gold. What measurements do you need for the bracers, or will you make them more adjustable, I guess?
I'll just take a measurement right now. He goes up to you, and he using his hands, he just measures quietly your forearms. Aye, this won't be too problematic. So, for defense, that's clever. I hadn't thought of that before. Maybe my husband and I will have that ready for other customers. That's probably smart. Well, thank you for your business. I look forward to doing more. Is there anything else I can do for the rest of you?
Yes. I was wondering if you had some leather armor that was slightly better than the set I have.
Let me look at your set and we'll talk. So what do you have?
Just baseline leather armor.
All right. Well, I do have studded leather armor that I do believe will be better than what you currently have. That's the monster manual. There's the player's handbook.
Only a slightly
What?
wrong book.
Let me check how much that would run you real quick. Right. Come on. Let us, for a set of studded leather, that would be 45 gold.
I will take it.
Alright, so basically this will do 12 plus your dexterity modifier.
Not bad.
Yes.
Yep. Increase
Sure.
my AC by 1.
Yep.
Now that I don't have any use for my current leather armor, would you be interested in buying?
Well, I could always recycle it and sell it for a tiny profit. Let's say I can give you 2 gold for it. I probably can't sell it for the full 10 that it's worth. I could probably sell it at most for 5. I feel like that's a fair asking. That's a fair price. So just give me 43 gold for the studded leather, and we'll be all set.
You got it.
And he turns to Heskin and says, "Can I help you with anything?" Did we lose Heskin?
Maybe? You there, Fox?
F in chat?
Hold on.
We can always come back. This later.
Yeah.
Although Bone Lady is next, so
I mean, I was going to do something.
Oh,
yes. Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Can I help you with any weapons or armor that you might be interested in? A new staff. Well, we do have a couple, although I don't think they might be particularly better than what you have. May I look at your staff real quick? He picks it up and he's like, "Well, we don't have anything better, but I could, if," and he hands it back, "if you give me, let's say, 3 days or so, I can make a staff that will be slightly
I
better."
will be right back again, sorry.
Yep, no worries. It'll be slightly better, and we'll do a little bit more damage, but not much. It'll be. It is still a staff in the end, so it's hard to do better, but it might give you just a slight plus. So basically, it would be from an older system of D&D, a masterworked staff which would give you a +1 to hit and a +1 to damage. Well, normally a quarterstaff would be 2 silver pieces, but masterwork takes time and very good materials. I think 850 gold.
Sorry about that.
No worries. All right, no problem. If you change your mind, well, I'm here. Now, thank you for your business. And I'll see you when I have your bracers done.
I nod,
Tomorrow.
give a small little bow, and head out.
Tomorrow around noon.
We'll keep that in mind.
All right. So, Bone Lady, or let's actually go to Thoth. Suyi, what is Suyi doing?
Okay. You mentioned that there was a river nearby.
It is not. Let me actually switch maps for you, because that will show. It's not super far, but it's not super close either. It'd take maybe a couple of hours to go there. So this is Alethkar.
Mhm.
You guys are as that's Kolinar, and the river is the Windrunner, which all the side parts of the river are also called the Windrunner.
Right. So be directly west of the city.
Yeah, west of the city, couple of hours walk.
If I get, could I? Is how? Is there like? What's the? Is there a transport system? If so, could I rent a transport thing?
You guys have a cart, I believe, but do you guys not have a cart?
I think
We
we
rode
may
on
have
one before, but I don't think it was
Right,
the
you
one
didn't
to us.
actually have one.
Yeah.
You guys never bought a cart. You can buy a cart.
I yeah,
Actually, not too expensive.
I will head to the closest stable that doesn't have horses.
It's Charles. Yep. So you head to the closest stable. You bargain for the price of a chul, and I'm not gonna make you attract fodder for these things. They basically feed themselves, and you can house them at the stables while you're not using them. This is also something you're also getting a storm cart, which can withstand high storms. You can still get hit by a rock, but it's the safest way to travel.
To travel, and does it give us shelter if the storm is coming?
Yeah, basically, that's why it's called a storm cart.
Nice.
So it's a covered thing that you can raise. Basically, there's movable parts that you can lower and ways to attach it to the ground so that it doesn't get blown away. Shells also withstand high storms, no problem. They're basically made for this environment.
Right.
I think total for that would be 500 gold. That
Okay.
includes, the
pay
housing
the
and all of
amount.
that. All right, perfect. So you have a cart. You make your way to the river. Right, it would take while walking would take a couple of hours. This would take. Charles are still not the fastest animal. It's still faster than walking. It takes about an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
I head there, and I'm gonna make Benny real proud. I'm gonna pull out my fishing rod and start fishing.
Yes.
AFK fishing.
That is what I wanted to do. I like to fish.
All right. So after a little bit, you get a bite, and you
I will pull. I will reel in the fish.
reel in the fish. All right. Make a dexterity trying to think of anything else I could make you roll that would help in any way, shape, or form.
No.
But like,
I know it's weird.
other than the dexterity saving throw, I just straight dexterity check. You start fighting the fish. You're able to pull and whoop, you pull out a fish from the water. It's actually pretty big. It's about a foot long, and it's pretty heavy. It has some actually pretty big scales that are more like scales that you'd expect on like a lizard than a fish.
Huh. Have I seen this type of fish before?
Oh yeah, these are common in this area. So if you fished around here before, even on just your way to the city, you've absolutely seen this kind of fish.
Alright, I'd like to make a fire
All right.
and cook up the fish I caught.
All right, so you prepare the fish. You got it all of that.
I say a small thanks to the fish as I kill it.
Yep.
And I will just stay out in the wilderness for a couple hours.
Sweet.
And they are just going to meditate and think about stuff that they were told, but to think about.
Love it.
Because I believe survival checks are usually used for fishing.
That makes sense. Actually, I just couldn't think of anything, but
Yeah, gather
I wanted Sui to use dexterity for this, so
It's fine.
in
That is
any
all-
case,
That is all I want to do for now.
sweet. Back to the other people, to the Bone Lady, or as she likes to be referred to as the Old One. You open the door, and immediately you're hit with, "Hello, I can help you."
Oh lord.
I
Yeah,
forgot
you
about this.
that, didn't you? You forgot about that.
So
didn't
good.
you?
So good.
But I know in character that this is an act.
Something about
because
it.
of an insight check earlier. I
Yes.
forgot.
Yes, I remember you. So, what do you want? She gives you guys like this leering smile. Large bones, huh? How large?
Are you buying more boats? Okay.
I know what she's doing. No, I know what Fox is doing.
She wants to get a boner.
No, well, no.
She rummages around under the counter and she picks out a bone that's like basically larger than her, and she puts it down on the counter. Is this big enough? All right.
I have a question
Dirty
for
hole.
you.
Question?
Yes, you always seem to have all sorts of bones of many shapes and sizes from probably many different animals. Where exactly do you get these from?
Oh, I don't. They just kind of get here.
I'm gonna insight that.
I would
Oh,
also
go
like
ahead.
to insight that.
Oh yeah, she's absolutely telling the truth.
They just show up.
Yeah, things just show up here.
Interesting. And Heskin, well, yeah, I guess it doesn't matter unless they get a natural 20.
I mean, you could get any number. She's absolutely telling the truth.
Even something this large, and I tap the counter, pointing towards the giant ass bone on the counter. Just wander to your shop.
Well, they just kind of appear. I wake up, get into my shop. Bones. Not just bones, though. Things.
What
She
kind of
points
things?
around at the clutter. No, it's not just bones here. There's objects of various shapes and sizes.
Various
her
body
shop,
parts.
Her shop is the inside of a bag of holding. Guarantee it.
It's the inside of Grog's bag of holding,
Yeah.
probably. Is there a troll dick anywhere? That's the...
Oh god.
What friend would that be?
Small, kind of wears garbs, vestiges, sort of. Always carries water with her. Suyi. She seemed very hesitant to visit you again.
Absolutely fucked up the math on that. Oops. Accidentally gave Heskin more money. I think I just did it again.
Just, I mean, that's fine. Just keep throwing money at her.
I absolutely first gave like 70 gold accidentally, then 170 gold to then get it down to 30 that the bone cost. I don't know this, Sui.
She definitely seemed startled by you, though.
I don't know why.
What? Out of character, that was a what?
Yeah. She just said, I don't know why.
I'm sorry, I need a second. Okay. I would like to insight the fuck out of that.
Alright, yeah, roll for insight.
Shit.
She doesn't seem to know why. Like, yeah, some of what she does is an act, but like 30 gold! 30 gold in case my shrieking is not.
30 gold!
Okay, Sput.
With a voice like mine, making very high pitched is difficult, as you can imagine. So,
11 days!
11 days!
Oh, and how long have you been alive for?
11 days!
Hey, he lived 11 days. He was right.
I win!
30 is the price. No, 30. Specifics.
Oh. God, I just ugly laughed so bad.
You could try to make a persuasion check, but you open the character sheet, so I have your stats. I'll start rolling with my physical dice. As Heskin hisses, the snake on Heskin hisses, and you slam 5 more gold on the. You grab the big ass bone that's basically like, while she is smaller than you, this is like a little bit over half your size.
Question, can I fit it? Can I fit it into the haversack?
Yes.
Would you like me to carry that for you, Heskin, in the haversack? Perhaps, in case we have another stop. I learned my lesson carrying large items through the town before. I stick it into the
No.
haversack.
would anyone want to do an investigation check to see if they can find something interesting in this shop?
Yes.
Oh, good.
He says, as the DM, as in,
Sure.
there's definitely something here. Please, just do
I
something.
will do that too.
It's always important to motivate people to search the galaxies lost and found.
Or just, tell them what to
This
do.
is what it is, by the way. It's the galaxies lost and found. It was all you were close with a bag of holding, but not exactly. All right. So first, Mendacious. Mendacious, you find a really, really gaudy but really nice set of velvet gloves,
Oh
Ooh.
lord.
and like it fits your style.
How gaudy are we
Perfectly.
talking?
Oh,
As gaudy as Mendacious wants them to be.
What color are they?
absolutely.
Oh
No, but like literally, Mendacious, you can describe those gloves.
Please
Oh.
let them be like purple and gold.
Well, it's funny you say that. See, I imagine these gloves have a gold wire stitched into the in beautiful, intricate, delightful pattern. With a shiny trim and some beautiful stitching in a deeper colored purple thread.
The crazy thing is that you could swear that before Mendacious picked them up, they were completely different.
Okay.
I
Um,
must have these gloves. I must.
20 gold.
I'll give you 40.
Okay.
I mean,
Heskin.
free money.
Yeah, basically. I mean, my NPCs will never say no to free money.
I give her 4 platinum.
All right, perfect. You find actually what you find is a small little, not exactly a toy, but it looks like a figurine of a dragonborn that you can move the parts of a bit, and something about it just calls home to you. Well, okay. I was gonna give it to her for free. Uh, she pockets the money.
Let's just today's episode is let's just throw money at Bone Lady. See what happens.
Bone Lady is the best lady.
Now what do I find?
Leo, you find. So there's two things that the Horn Eaters are known for. And while you're not exactly just a Horn Eater, it's a little bit more complicated for you. There is the fact that they eat the shells off of, the animals that they eat, and their love of rocks. And you find a very, very beautiful black rock with one yellow streak through it, and looks like an eye. You have seen this before
A black
on the
rock
staff.
with a yellow line like an eye, and I've seen it before on a staff.
on the staff of a warlock that you fought
Oh.
alongside of recently.
Yeah, like yesterday.
Yep. Basically, yes. Well, it was more. It was like 5 days ago, but it was the trip.
I pick it up and I want to investigate it. Does it look like the same one, or does it look like a twin of sorts?
Roll investigation.
I don't know.
It's hard for you to determine if it's the same one exactly. It does look very similar though.
How much for this? And I hold it up.
Oh, that? You can have that.
I nod and put it into my pocket. A black rock with a yellow streak.
You got a rock. Pug.
You got a rock, a fancy rock. It is definitely not cursed or haunted.
Sure.
Is it like the salt rocks? Could I have them?
And I'm specifically putting it in my inventory, not the haversack.
Okay, yeah. So, Heskin, you start moving the arms around a bit. And this, actually, one of the things that's weird is that you feel like you've seen this specific figure before.
I'm gonna.
This is not just from home. You've seen this one before. It has nicks in the right spots. It has the coloring is the same.
I'm gonna walk out behind Heskin and kind of look over her shoulder. What did you find?
This is yours. From long ago. Lost, but not forgotten.
Lol, just paid money for your own thing.
That's all I had.
What was it doing here, of all the places? You're from fairly far away, I would assume.
I'm finding out. I'm finding out. You go into the shop.
I follow her.
Welcome back. How can I help you? Oh, I don't know. Just kind of appear here. I don't steal anything. Like I said, I wake up, go into my store, and things just appear.
I put my hand onto her shoulder. How long ago did this appear here?
11 days!
5 years ago?
I look at Heskin. I look at the doll. I'm gonna inspect the doll. Investigate the doll.
Sure. It looks like a dragonborn with movable parts.
What color dragonborn?
Black.
Got it.
It's a little bit worn. It's well loved and used.
How many stains are there?
Perhaps. I
Alright.
follow.
Alright. I'm guessing Mendacious also follows.
I'm gonna break off and head back to Charles. But
Alright, so you make your way to Charles, and he's like, "Ah, welcome back. How may I help you?"
well, I was just doing a bit more shopping after we left your shop before, and I came upon something very special, and I was wondering if I could have you enchant them with something. Not quite sure what.
Certainly. I would need to know what to enchant them with, but I would gladly give you an enchantment on this item. May I see the item?
I carefully take the gloves out of my pocket where I was keeping them, and I very, very carefully unfold them and hold them for him to see.
All right. May I?
Please.
So he picks them up and he says, Well, I certainly can try to give these an enchantment. What would you like them to do?
Well, I'm thinking maybe something that could, I don't know, improve my performances or something similar.
Yes,
In
well,
bed?
that that can be arranged. Um, that is not too difficult and not too expensive. Let's say 500 gold for the enchantment, and yes, I think that would be enough. It would take, let's say, 3 days, 3 days at the most.
Absolutely. I would be glad to pay for that.
So, what this would do is it would give you advantage on performance checks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Specifically when playing music,
Yes.
not in
And-
any other circumstance.
And-
Right. Totally fine with that.
Yeah.
500 gold. Well
Yeah,
spent.
all right. I mean, I agree. I think this is fantastic.
Especially with your fucking magical hurdy-gurdy.
Yes. Exactly.
You'll give the performance of of the century.
Yep.
And scare the fuck of everyone listening. If you want to practice, I'll play music for your practice.
As Heskin and I are about to reach the house, I put my hand on her shoulder again and kind of pull her aside a little bit. It's no coincidence that ended up here. It means something. Not sure what, but it does.
They don't think it does, but it do.
I want to try something when we get in the house. It involves the man and the sword.
I nod and continue to the house.
All right. So you make your way back. We're gonna swing back to Sui.
After staying there, I head back home.
All right.
And
So
I want to go to Charles.
all right. Oh, how may I help you today?
When last I was here, we discussed about a specific enchantment to be done on a water skin.
Yes. Would you like that enchantment done now? I was under the impression that you were not impressed by my solution.
Well, I still am not, but you can surprise me, I'm sure.
Well, all right. So, I don't remember exactly the description that I gave you. This item would basically recharge over time. Um, it's so basically with it, like every day it'll be full, basically.
Right. I just
So
want.
it's a guaranteed 1 liter every day.
Okay.
And
I just want like. The goal was to get basically a decanter or like a water skin of infinite
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
But
it is infinite. It just takes time to reach. That
Okay.
is the only downside to this.
That's fair.
Yeah. It would cost. It would cost you 500 gold.
Say, this better be worth it.
Aye. Well, it will or it won't be. I assume. And he looks at you up and down. Well, you will at least never be without.
It is all that is what matters to me.
Yeah.
I was also wondering if you had something specific. I am in the
Yes.
market for. You see, while I'm very good at withstanding physical attacks,
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't do so well against mental attacks.
Hmm. So, you would like something to resist specific mental attacks, either psychic damage or just specifically mental approaches to things.
Say I was fighting a very imposing figure or someone who has a way with words. I wish to perhaps
Resist.
resist their advances.
Right. That may be a bit. Basically, you want to resist suggestions and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically,
Um,
charming and fear
the
effects, things like that.
general. I don't think I'll. The only thing that I'll leave out is fear. I think, but
Okay.
every other suggestion type, because it's not exactly the same. At least not in my mind. Um, you gain resistance to basically all of the other things. Um,
So does this
so
work
you'd have,
with paralysis, or would it not? Because I'm thinking of just like, is it just like say wisdom saves,
no, I don't. It's not general wisdom saves. It's
like charms?
charms. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So he says, I can enchant an object of yours or enchant an object of mine to do this job. Do you have anything in particular in mind that you would like to have that is not too constraining for you? Ring, bracers, which is apparently a new thing we do. Bracelets.
I don't have any of those, so it would be up to you to.
Does a bracer? No, not a bracer. A bracelet work for you?
I think that will suffice.
All right. Can't say ring. Ring is actually what I want to say because in medieval times, rings weren't actually the rings you put on fingers; it's the things you put on arms. And I'm just, as a medievalist, keep getting those confused in my mind when I want to say ring, but it is not. Anyways,
It's an arm ring.
yes, that is what it is. That is what we call them now. But so this let's see. I don't have anything of this one on hand. I'll have to do some R&D on this. This might take a week or two, probably two. Be on the safe side. 2,000 gold. I think, is the price that I'm going to have to ask for you. Does that work?
So I would gain advantage against being
On-
charmed.
Against charmed, suggestion, any similar spell.
Well, I already have that. So never mind. I just
elves.
realized I'm a fucking elf. I never
Mhm.
play elves. Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally useless.
Never mind then.
We
That-
can ignore this conversation ever happened.
That
Yes.
Fey ancestry.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Fey ancestry.
That's really funny. I forgot about the fact that you brought it up too.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I have something like that already. I go check my character sheet. I definitely have something like that
I
already.
should have remembered, but I didn't. So is there anything else that you want, actually? You could get something similar to resist other kinds of... They'll be limited to one effect, generally speaking.
Right.
So you could get fear or paralysis or those kinds of things.
Did you have something perhaps to withstand? I am reliant on moving around to be effective in battle. And if someone were to grapple me or impede my movement in some other way, I would be doomed to fail. So I was wondering if you had something to help with that.
Well, I actually do have something. It's a little bit pricey, but give me a moment. And he runs back behind into a back room and comes back and puts down a pair of gloves. These, I think you might be interested. They're blue. They look very fine.
They match.
Yes, they match.
That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Fashion.
These are gloves that allow you to basically avoid getting grappled as easily. Basically, it gives you advantage on grapple checks.
And escape being grappled. Okay.
And it actually imposes disadvantage on the enemy.
Okay.
To grab onto you specifically, not to let go, but these make you as fluid as the water and as hard to catch. I think these might be down your alley.
I believe that that is correct. How much would you say for these?
3,000 gold.
I pay the man.
All right.
3,000.
Sweet.
And I put in my inventory gloves of grapple resistance.
Basically, yeah. Now, is there anything else I can help you with?
Well, I am just next door, so whenever the other item is ready, you can come find me.
Indeed.
I hope
Yeah.
to not be disappointed by my investment.
Well, we shall see. All right. So, you make your way back home?
Yes.
All right. So you make your way back home. Heskin is in the meeting room. She puts the doll down on the table and asks Leo to put the sword on the table.
I will pull the sword out. Is it going to say anything while I'm holding it?
Why did you put me away for so long? It feels like I've been gone for years.
I'm going to put it on the table, still holding the the hilt and the
Yeah.
scabbard closed, put it on the table, and nod to Heskin.
All right. No. Why?
This would be before I show up, yeah?
We're the only ones here, I think, yeah.
Yeah, currently. You're like an hour away.
I put him away.
Yeah.
I put the sword away. Is everything okay, Heskin?
Heskin is gone.
As
But
she's
we
leaving,
follow.
I'm saying that.
Alright, yeah. I assume. Alright. Heskin ignores you and goes up to meditate. Alright. After a while, Mendacious, I assume that you come back as well?
Yes.
And a little while later, Suyi also makes their way back into the house. It's now basically getting to the point where it's dusk.
At this point, I would have after about maybe an hour downstairs, I would have made my way back upstairs and continued with my own meditation and such in my room.
So the only two downstairs are me and Mendacious, yeah?
Depends. Mendacious. Are you downstairs?
Yeah, I suppose I would be.
Alright. Then yeah.
So, did you happen to know anything about the magical sword? You were pretty big, you weren't very clear when you did your magic on it.
I learned that well, it's alive.
It is a sword. Yes?
I believe so.
I apologize for my rudeness, but swords aren't usually alive.
Probably not. That's usually a good assumption.
There is one thing that you do know. While you wouldn't necessarily consider swords to be alive, everything has a sprite. Basically, everything has a soul in one way, shape, or form. Doesn't mean that
Right.
they're conscious or alive. It just means that they as an item have an understanding of what they are.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Perhaps it is. Did you find anything about it today, or
Well, I didn't really ask around, and I'm not sure that would be a safe thing to do either.
I would like to agree with you. I don't like whatever it is. It is strange. It does not flow well with me at all.
I like it. I think it's quite interesting.
You can hear some general muffled conversation, not anything particular, but can hear that people are there. All right.
So, no luck then on finding who the person it belongs to then.
Well, no. We made no attempts to search for that person. Which I don't know what an attempt to find that person would be like anyway, since we know nothing about them.
That is what has me worried the most.
I don't blame you.
We agreed on something that we know nothing about.
I mean, that's what we did for our first assignment together.
That is not necessarily true. I knew Hoyd and I trusted him.
As do I.
So I knew something. So I knew that much. And I would be willing to do just about anything if I was ordered to do so by him. So,
So you do whatever he said unquestioningly.
well, there's things in this world where people with greater knowledge and greater understanding know best. And I defer to them that know better than me.
I'm sorry to intervene, you two.
Hesken, please. What is it?
I found a doll that was mine as a child.
Heskin shows you guys the doll.
Does this ring any bells to me at all? Or
It looks like a doll of a dragonborn.
and where did you find this?
In the shop of the old hag you dislike so much.
I don't dislike her. Let's say I am not ready to face her yet.
My vocal cords, thank you.
I mean, she said it showed up for a lot of things in her shop.
I don't mean to understand or know anything about her. However, I can tell you that she is very powerful.
I'm going to insight that.
All right, roll insight.
I would, but I'm not there.
You are not there. It's true. Sudi seems honest.
They don't understand her, and and she's very powerful.
I think it might let me get my voice back somehow.
This doll might get your voice back? Well, that's a story I need to hear.
I'm gonna make my way downstairs, hearing them
All right.
with my passive 17 perception.
Yep, that's fair. You can't hear specifics, but you can definitely.
I know
Also,
there's quite a conversation going on.
We were not being quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Most of my possessions I left at my village. Some was given to others.
You enter at this point, Leo, by the way.
Got it.
Yep.
Why would this object come back?
When I did the inspection earlier, the investigation, did I see anything around its neck?
No.
Got it.
I'm not sure that this would count as it coming back. If anything, this seems like a coincidence. Usually, I'm not one to believe in fate, but who knows?
If you're not one to believe in fate, why would you start now?
Very true.
My village is far from here.
I imagine the origin of most objects in that woman's shop are very far from. I doubt the doll is that special.
Oh, perhaps not entirely too far, and I take out the black orb with the eye and put it onto the table.
So you found something special there too.
Yes, our companion who helped us fight that construct in that other ruin. This belonged to her, or one similar to it, anyway.
Interesting. Now I'm second guessing my purchase at that shop. Well, it seemed like they were made for me. Have I ever seen those gloves before?
No, you have not. But
That's what I thought.
they do fit perfectly. You don't have them currently because
Right.
Because they're being enchanted. But yeah, they were perfect for you.
Very strange. I'm not sure what to make of this.
Yeah. Whatever to make of this crazy old lady.
She is certainly full of surprises.
You keep saying that. I have a feeling you're not telling us something.
And I know that she's not entirely the person she's presented to us. It seems almost too over the top, especially for some of the air breathers down here, or air drinkers down here.
Yes, lowlanders.
She does seem very out of place in this city.
That is true.
Why would a waterbender be so resilient of meeting her again?
There are things in this world where the elders know best. And I know of one when I meet one.
I'm gonna insight to see what Suyi's body language. Okay, never mind.
You can't really tell.
I mean, if you want me to roll against it, okay.
You're not really lying. Is the
That
thing.
was
So
more
there's
to
no-
see your body language.
Yeah, so there's no real role to make.
Okay.
I would have if it was a 10, I would have given some stuff, but or let you give.
God,
you
that was
some
a
stuff.
2.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He is
hurts.
extremely powerful. That's all I know.
Now, as you're having this conversation, you can hear the roar of a high storm coming in. And as soon as the storm hits the building, all of you snap to darkness. You all open your eyes. You are no longer in your house. You are in a completely different place.
I wanted to make a mention that as soon as I heard the storm going, I put the rock away.
All right, yeah, that's fine. The first thing that you see is the wall of a city in ruins. And beyond that wall, a crevice that goes down with a ruined city inside of it. Make a history check, all of you. I'll roll for you, Heskin. You do not know which fits. Wow.
Huh.
Sui, you recognize this place. You actually came this way. You came close on your way to Kolinar, and you actually heard of this place before. It is a city called Rathalas that was destroyed at least 12 years prior.
So I basically went by the ruins of the city.
Yeah. It was destroyed during the unification of Alethkar. They staged a rebellion against the king of Alethkar, at the time Gavilar Kholin. And then and then as retribution for killing the wife of the brother, Dalinar Kholin, he had the city burned to cinders, with every man, woman, and child still in there.
What was the name of the city again?
Rathalas. Rathalas. Yeah, you can see it on the map. It's by the Sea of Spears.
Looking around, am I alone, or do I see everyone else in this vision?
You see the others. You're all there. And you hear a voice. Go to Rathalas, my children.
This is a familiar voice.
Not to you, but Heskin recognizes the voice. It was the voice of the Stormfather. And if you look up into the sky, you see a head that goes from one end of the horizon to the next, from north to south. Go to Rathalas, my children.
Monka S.
I look to Heskin and look to the sky.
And you snap back to your cells in your home in Kolinar. And we're going to end here for today, because I am very tired. I would go for longer, but I'm very, very tired. But
Ooh.
it's a good stopping point. You have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Well,
I appreciate the let's segue. The cliffhanger.
Yeah, cliffhanger. It's a good cliffhanger. It's a good motivation to what's going to happen next.
see you,
We're gonna
Fox.
die.
You're all gonna die in Rathalas. I'm excited to bring you guys there. It's a cool city.
Gonna assume we did nothing of what you expected us to do.
You don't know what's expected of you. You were just asked to go.
Right, but I mean, just as a DM, we did nothing of what you had planned.
Sorry, can you repeat that? I missed it. I was just kind of.
We did nothing of what you